Volumes of prisms and cylinders. Volume measures in 3 dimensions. Okay? Length, width, and then height. Therefore, your units are inches cubed or centimeters cubed, etc. Okay? Area is measured in 2 dimensions, length and width. Therefore, the units are squared. Volume, as I said, cubed. Length times width times height. Volume of a prism. Once again, you're going to find that the formulas themselves are very simple. The only problems you'll get into is finding the things you need for the formula. Volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. Volume of a cylinder is exactly the same thing. It's the area of the base times the height. The only thing is we have, as far as cylinders are concerned, there's only one type of base you can have with a cylinder, and that's a circle. So we can be more specific with a cylinder. We know that the formula for the volume of the base is pi r what? Squared. And then multiply it times what? Height. So we can be more specific here. Up here, the base can be a triangle, the base can be a rectangle, the base can be a square, the base can be a pentagon, so on and so on. So we have to just say area of the base. Here, our base can be only one thing, a circle, so we can be more specific with our formula. Of course, R represents what? Radius. Height is the height of the cylinder. Any questions on that? Nope. You got your red books? Under 12.4. One thing that is for sure, some will be much easier than others. Every time the challenge is going to be how easy is the area of your base going to be to find. Here, most of the time that is going to be your challenge, finding the capital what? B. How about this one? Is it a challenge here or not?
No.
The area of the base is length times width. 8 times what?
8.
What's the height?
8.
This is a cube.
Wait,
Okay.
find the base, it's length times width.
Why would it be length times width here?
Because I was just thinking if.
What's the
side-
base? What type of shape is the base?
Square.
Therefore, length times width. It just so happens the length and width are the same thing. S times S, however you want to call it.
I was thinking you'd do 8 times 4 because there's 4 sides. I don't know, just confusing.
That's
That'd
the
be
perimeter.
That's the perimeter? Okay.
Yeah, for surface area, we did perimeter.
Okay.
For volume, it's the area of the base. And the formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width.
Okay.
So, the volume is 64, that's the area of the base, times the height, which is what?
8.
So the volume is, what is that all multiplied? Tell me.
What is it? Okay. 512
Square feet, correct?
Correct.
No,
No.
Feet
cubed.
cubic feet,
Cubic.
because we're talking about volume. We're measuring in 3 dimensions. Length, width, and depth.
That's it.
That's all you do on this one. Like I said, some are much easier than others. It all boils down to how far, most of the time, how hard is B to find. Let's go to, jump ahead to number 3.
I knew it. Now you gotta use trig. Not trig.
I know that this is 12, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What is my formula for the area of the base here? What is it? My base is a what?
Your base is
30,
a
60, 90, or
Triangle.
a triangle.
What is the formula for the area of a triangle?
Half base times height.
Half base times height. Now, remember, we're speaking, when we talk about base and height, we're speaking with terms to the what? Don't write, just watch. I'm talking about the height of this what?
base.
Triangle. Right now, all you're worried about is this right here. Is there anywhere way 12 is the base or the height? Huh?
No.
No.
No, it is not. I need this to probably be my base and this to be my height, don't I?
Yes.
Well, this is the shorter leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
The shorter leg is always half of the hypotenuse.
Yes.
So that makes the height equal to what? Making the base equal to 6 square roots of 3. If you're curious how I got that, in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the shorter side is always S. Remember, that's the cursive L and that's the hypotenuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
First thing you always find is S. S is always equal to either the hypotenuse divided by 2 or it's the longer leg divided by square root of 3. Once you find that, what's the next thing you know? L is equal to what? Square root of 3 times what?
S.
S. H is equal to S times what?
2.
I used all of that. First thing I did is I knew I had the hypotenuse, so I put 12 in right there. What's 12 divided by 2?
6.
So I find my height, I'll call it height instead of just H so you don't get confused, to be what? 6. Turns out that height is the shorter side. So if my shorter side, or my shorter leg is 6, what's my longer leg?
6 radical 3.
6 radical 3. So now I know what the numbers I need to put into this formula are. For this one, B is equal to 1/2. The base I found to be 6 square roots of 3. And the height I found to be what? 6. You basically get 36 square roots of 3 over 2, which is 18, right, square roots of 3. They probably want you to round,
2 and there's 10.
you know. So to find the area here,
31.
or the volume, I'm going to take whatever B was, which is 18 square roots of 3, and then multiply it times the height. What is the height of ours, of the prism? Remember, the height of a prism is the distance
Oh.
between the what?
The 2 bases.
Which is 15. Whatever you get as a decimal there, multiply that out. 18 square root of 3. 18 times square root of 3 times 15. See what you get.
I got 467.653718.
6.5.
Yeah, 6.
So 467.7. What are we in? Feet, what?
We're in.
Okay.
So wait, you found the height was 6, but you ended up in your equation using 15. Is that what you did?
In the equation for volume, yes. Remember, you have to think in terms of this, the base. I needed the formula for the area of a triangle. I am not talking anything about this whole big thing here, am I? I'm just talking about this. We still call that a height, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's not the height in the volume formula. It's the height in what? The formula for finding what? The area of the, what's it called? Triangle. So once I found all that, I used all that to find B. So then I know B, this is where B goes. Then I needed to find H with respect to the what? Prism. Which is, if you get confused by height, it's basically how far apart the two bases are. That's what the height is in a prism, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that was 15, was it not? So I put 15 in right there. You have to be able to understand the concept and not just say, well, H is always this, or B is always this, or this B is always this. You need to think about what you're doing piece by piece. If you try to look at this and say, okay, I know how to do all of this at once right now, you're going to struggle. Worry about piece by piece. First, I worried about the things I need. First, I basically made this into a area problem, did I not? I dealt with that. I got a number for what? B, right here. Then, because I found B, I then said, well, it's actually a volume problem, and I found the other thing I needed for the volume formula. Agreed? It's basically about 2 to 3 problems in one. Mr. Ewell, please put the phone up. Everybody write that down. So as you can see, that's about as hard as they can get, right? If you look at number 5, how are you going to find B here? What is the base there? What's that called?
The rectangle.
No, it's not.
Trapezoid?
It's called a trapezoid.
Oh.
How you find the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 B1 plus B2, all of that times the height. Once again, B, different B's and H's mean different things on what respect you're talking to. So in this one, how would I find B? 1/2, what's my B1?
4 centimeters.
Or 4 plus what? 2? Agreed? Times the height, which is what?
1.6 centimeters.
4. Or what is it, 1.5?
Wrong.
Yeah,
My
1.5.
bad.
I thought it was base to base.
You're right. You're right. I looked at the wrong. I saw that 4 there above that. Nice.
Wait,
1.5.
Coach, I think it
It
is
is
6.
6. Base to
Because
base.
we're going from the trapezoid to the...
Oh, yeah, it is base.
Guys, no. What am I dealing with right now? What have I told you guys?
area.
What am I dealing with?
That's
The area of the base. So is there anything else even here?
No.
No.
What's the height of this
1.5.
1.5? I'm just getting a number for B now. 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 1.5 is what? What is 3 times 1.5?
I got 4.5.
So this is 4.5 square centimeters. That's the area of the base. Now, start thinking of this thing in terms of volume. I have B now, don't I? And I'm telling you, that'll always be the toughest thing to find. What is the height of the prism now?
6 centimeters.
What is the answer?
27.
Sure?
4.5 times 6?
Okay. 27 centimeters what? Do you see how you have to think of it as 2 separate problems? I'm telling you, the hardest thing always will be to find capital B, which is the area of your what? Base. I'm not even going to do a cylinder because cylinders are easy because you don't. There's no mystery in how to find B, is it? It's pi r squared.
Yeah.
Great. So they're pretty easy.